So it's so important when people start judging you, you confront them. You talk about it. Don't be scared to confront people when they say certain things towards you, because they are cursing you, they are blocking your way. So you take the stone and you throw it back to them and say, hold your own fucking stone, because I'm not gonna walk with all your stones. It's too heavy, and I'm here learning who the F I am, because the divine is expressing itself through me. And if you let me express myself for who I am, I can inspire you to do the same. So we will learn and know what the full potential is of us all on this planet, and really know who we are and not who we supposed to be in this enslaved system. Okay? Just saying, people, I'm just saying. Hello, hello. My name is Mara, and this is my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about judgment, undoing shame. This was a very interesting week for me. I work as a team leader, or yeah, team leader, and I have a team of like 23 people in my team. So I was just like free for 3 weeks, and I was really having fun in my own energy, like la 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 la, creating content and getting inspired and sharing some knowledge. So I was, and I'm still in a very sweet spot, a good space. So when I came to my work, and everything seemed to be like getting totally out of hand, I was confronted with so much emotions, and it was really intense. People were sick. People came to me and said they don't want to work there anymore. People say this person did this and this person did that, and there was so much blaming, so much shaming, so much blaming. So the last day of the week that I was working, I was like, okay, you know what? I am an empowerment trainer. I this is not I am not hired to be an empowerment trainer in this function, but this is necessary right now. So we had a meeting with the whole team, and I said, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lead this session. We're gonna talk about the ugly, and we're gonna talk about what is really happening with us right now, because I don't like this shit, and I want that this stops right now. So I was like, no, y'all bitches, I am done with this bullshit right now. I'm sorry for my language, but that was the energy where I was at, and that was also the language I expressed, because I believe in my team, I believe in the human beings, in the people, but sometimes we need to go through the darkness to just really see what is happening with us within. So that was a beautiful session. So that's a little bit my inspiration of this video. What people shared with each other was a lot of judgment, and a lack of compassion and a lack of empathy. And that was also the thing that I gave back. I told them it's so important to have compassion with each other, because just by having compassion with each other, you can really you can understand each other. You can see through a person's soul. Just give yourself 30 seconds till a minute to just look in someone's eyes and see what a person is going through. Just like 30 seconds. And that is so important, just for us to just see each other. That's why I want to talk about the danger of judging people. Being judged can be a hurtful thing. So I have a little bit of inspiration, John 8, and it's about a story of a woman that had been caught in adultery. So I'm gonna read it. I start with verse 3. When the scribes and Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in adultery, they made her stand in the middle of the court and put the case before him. Teacher, they said, because they want to test Jesus. This woman has been caught in the very act of adultery. Teacher, they said, this woman had been caught in the very act of adultery. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such shall be stoned to death. But what do you say? What is your sentence? This they said to try and test him, hoping they might find a charge on him on which to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground with his finger. However, when they persisted with their question, he raised himself up and said, "Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her." And then he bent down and went on writing on the ground with his finger. They listened to him, and then they began going out, conscience-stricken one by one, from the oldest down to the last one of them, till Jesus was left alone with the woman standing there before him in the center of the court. And when Jesus raised himself up, he said to her, "Woman, where are your accusers? Has no man condemned you?" And she answered, "No one, Lord." And Jesus said, "I do not condemn you either. Go on your way, and from now on sin no more." One of the challenges in our team is that sometimes we get distracted by each other. Sometimes we are too busy focusing on what other people doing wrong instead of keeping our focus on our own personal development. They ask me or they come to me and they said, "Mara, I want to talk to you because such and so did this. What do you think?" So while I'm reading this with you guys right now, I'm like reading my own experience at this moment. Because this is also what I said this week. No one of us is perfect. No one of us is free of sin, free of mistakes, free of misjudgment. You know, sometimes we misjudge a situation and we make the wrong choices, or sometimes we are feeling out of balance and we make choices from a place of being out of balance, having also resulting us being out of balance. We cannot judge each other if we want to grow on this planet, if we want to spiritually grow. Another book of mine which I really like is The Gospel According to Jesus. This book, this is my everyday book. Sometimes you need to have an everyday book. This is my everyday book. The Gospel According to Jesus, and it is written by Paul Ferrini, an Italian man. And one of the chapters is called Undoing Shame. And I just randomly opened this book, so that's how I know when I'm in flow. If I just randomly open the book and I really get what I need to get. I'm gonna read this. Shame leads to an upside down perception of the world. You believe that you are bad, damaged, or unworthy. And you project that belief unto all your brothers and sisters. Every time you make a judgment of another human being, you are reinforcing your own shame. So I'm going to repeat this sentence. Every time you make a judgment of another human being, you are reinforcing your own shame. Peace cannot come to the world until it comes into your own heart. And it cannot come into your heart as long as you see enemies or evil people outside of you. Every evil you perceive in the world points to an unforgiving place in your own heart that is calling out for healing. So please stop judging others. Stop the game of shame and blame. Every judgment you make eventually returns home. It is not others you are condemning, but yourself. The lesson I'm reading in this book is that we are projecting our own shame. Maybe like as in the Bible of the woman that was caught with adultery. Maybe those men that caught her or had a judgment about her fantasized about other women or fantasized having sex or being intimate with other people. And maybe but instead of being honest with themselves, they judge her, but they are not judging her. They're really judging their own thought. And the same thing I also have experienced with a lot of things, because I've always been like a little rebel. And so I always wanted to do my own thing and I wanted to do my own way. And magic and spirituality was always one of the things that I really was I was really attracted to. So it was really like something I really wanted to do more with. But because I am raised in a very by a very Christian mother and a strong church, I always felt like I wasn't free because there was always judgment about that part. And that's something that I wrote for myself. So I'm gonna go like this. Like this is, I hope you still follow me, because that's how my work. I'm always connecting dots. Let me say it like this. And that was something I wrote when someone was judging me for being me, except judging me for being me. And being me is, one part of me is being a magical person. Then I wrote like, what is judgment? And I was starting to write, and I said like, judging someone is you trying to block a person, is you throwing stones at another person, hoping the road a person is walking is blocking. Judging someone is the same as trying to curse someone. Judging someone is trying to enslave someone in your system, the system that has slaved you. Judging is blocking. And it's so funny because one of my colleagues, when we were talking about the ugly in the room and we were talking about what is happening with our team, why are we so projecting our judgment towards each other instead of being compassionate with each other, one colleague let me really think about, I'm reading this and I'm thinking about what he said. He said, I don't mind you talking about me, and I don't even mind you judging me. But when you start being a threat for my bread, as in you are fucking up my reputation and that can mean that I'm gonna lose my job, then it's a problem, because this is my bread. And then I'm really pissed. And that is what I see is when I say judging is like blocking a person, blocking someone's prosperity. Because the beauty of life is when we can just live next to each other, focusing on who we are in our own essence, and focusing on our own personal development, and not being scared of every expression that we are expressing, because that is the divine expressing it within us, so that we can learn more of who we truly are. But in this system, there is such a thing built up that we are trapped, and we are blinded, so that we don't see who the F we really are. So it's so important when people start judging you, you confront them. You talk about it. Don't be scared to confront people when they say certain things towards you, because they are cursing you, they are blocking your way. So you take the stone and you throw it back to them and say, hold your own fucking stone, because I'm not gonna walk with all your stones. It's too heavy, and I'm here learning who the F I am, because the divine is expressing itself through me. And if you let me express myself for who I am, I can inspire you to do the same. So we will learn and know what the full potential is of us all on this planet, and really know who we are, and not who we supposed to be in this enslaved system. Okay? Just saying, people, I'm just saying. I'm passionate about this because I see how many people walk with the stones of shame, how many people walk with the stones of being blocked, creatively blocked, financially blocked, spiritually blocked, sexual blocked. They don't know how to express themselves because people have made them locked up. And you don't have to go to prison to be locked up. Because when you walk with that judgment, or when you're sensitive for judgment, judging people or receiving judgment, there is something in you that is judging yourself. Something within you, you think you are not good enough. You're not good enough for the job. You're not good enough for the money, for the success, for the love, for the relationship, for your own life. But let me tell you, we are good enough just the way we are. And to believe in God is to know that God creates everything in his or hers perfection, in his or hers image. God doesn't make any mistakes. So you're good exactly how you are. Free yourself, free your mind, and forgive everyone that you need to forgive. Everyone whose judgment you accepted as your truth, forgive them right now. Yes? Have a great day, evening, morning, or I don't know when you're watching this. Be blessed. My name is Mara. Mara Michels in het Dutch, Mara Michels. And you can find me on all Facebook and social media sites, and maramichels.pr.com. I want to know what you think about it. If you know what judgment means in your life and how it enslaves you, like and subscribe for my channel. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what my next video is going to be about because I am guided by spirit, but I do know that I'm ready to talk. Ciao.